Yo, respect, unconditional love, marry upon self, salute to all the wonderfulness that I be listening to. I love watching and especially learning from the points of views of the different lights in the cosmos. Respect, 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 universal frequencies, and everybody in this chat. Cause I just was over there a few minutes ago, and he was saying something, and it sparked something in me, and it was like he was talking about the crystalline and how they're wanting us to understand about the crystals, you know what I'm saying, and the purposes and how deep. But you know how deep that shit go, like the universal frequencies. Like he's like the godfather of that right now. Like he shows you all, like you need him in your life to understand that pretense. And I never knew. He used to always like I used to always see his pages popping up, and it would always be showing me a particular crystal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was always when I used to see him back in the day, it was always a specific crystal. I've been watching Homie for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I used to before I got into the YouTube the video joints, like back in I say like back in like 2012, 2000, you know what I'm saying, 13, 14, shit like that. I was um I was meditating hard. Like I would meditate with the rising sun in the morning, barefoot, and the setting sun in the evening. I would even go off into deep into the woods, take off all my clothes, plant my feet like a tree. You know what I'm saying, and meditate in the woods for like 3, 4 hours with the rising sun. I would do chants and stuff of that nature of the original vibrations that I studied. That's the reason why I came into the Naga. You know what I'm saying, and understanding of the nectar, the natural nectar. You know what I'm saying, the Naga, the the true Kundalini, and the sciences behind all that. This video is not about that, but this video was particularly something I've been holding back on. You know what I'm saying, because it's something that I went through. You know what I mean, in the meditation, it was dope. And I was sitting there wondering, like, should I even share it? You know what I'm saying? Should I share it with the people or whatever? Like, should I even bring it up? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it was, I was in the physical while experiencing it. You know what I mean? So I say, all right, so it's meditating one day, right? And it was like, skies had opened up. You know what I'm saying? Like it was raining crazy, crazy hard. You know what I'm saying? Like raining, like all. And where I lived at this time, it was like in the deep, deep country of, if you know, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the highways, like of South Carolina at this time, but I was on Highway 20. You know what I'm saying? Right off Highway 20. You know what I'm saying? In between the best points I probably give you familiarity with, like Columbia and Florence, right? If you're familiar with South Carolina, I was like somewhere in the middle of that, which is a large, large distance in between. It was really, it's two closer points I can give you, but you won't be familiar with the area. But it was like deep, deep in the country, like, you know what I'm saying? Like farms and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like they even said Bigfoots was around where we was at. It's funny, stupid ass stories. But anyway, this one particular day, you know what I'm saying? Like storming like a motherfucker. Like it was just raining hard. Like you could see whatever storm was coming, it was coming hard. But where I was at, um, it was a circle around my house. And there was no rain touching. Like I had a wraparound driveway that you can come in this side and drive out like this. And then I had like some trees in the back. Well, it was like pushed back, but it was some tree line. I had my studio and bar and shit, and I can go into the woods from there. But all that shit was dry. It was bone dry. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, no water touched it. And right, like I can literally step outside my yard and the rain be coming down in sheets. You know what I'm saying? Be coming down in sheets. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I automatically ran outside. You know what I'm saying? I ran outside and I grabbed this old milk crate. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know like the old milk crates back in the day, we used to sit on them or we cut the bottom out to use them to shoot basketball and nail them to a tree or something, right? So I grabbed this milk crate I was sitting on and I pulled it up to the top of the road because at the top of the road was where the curve, it was like the curve of the whole circle. And it was like I could literally sit at that point, I could sit right next to the wall of water and don't get wet. It was just weird as shit. So I was like, yo, I gotta meditate right here. I gotta see what this is about. So I sat on the milk crate and I started meditating right there. And I took off my shoes. I put my shoes right on the dirt, the red clay or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I like kind of dusted my feet over with some dirt. As soon as I sat down, right, and I closed my eyes, it was like instant. Like I went in within like the first 30 seconds, boom, like I shot up. I grew like 500 feet tall. I was 500 feet tall, and I was in armor. I ain't even really focus on myself at that moment. I was focusing on what I was seeing when I got to the top of that circle. I wanted to see, like, you know what I'm saying? So I get there, right? And I see, I call them the Eureka's. I call them the Eureka's because the feeling I got from it. Every time I say the story, I say I see the Eureka's. So I get to this point and I see these, and I say dominatic beings. They have crystals on their skin. You know what I'm saying? And this is what universal frequencies like spark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, salute. Um, the this is where the crystals. This is where the crystals. Where Universal was talking about understanding the crystal content and all that. This is where it sparked the reason for me to want to tell the story. So when I looked at them, they were like dominatic beings. They had like different crystals on their skin. It was their skin though. It wasn't like how you would put a crystal on your skin. It was their skin. Like how we melanin. It was the diamonds and crystals was their skin, and they had armor on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were about to war with some insectilian, reptilian looking shit. Something that was like it looked like a spider on six legs, but it had like reptilian features and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit. And it was like an opening, like this, a portal that's open. It was coming in by horse, and they was like ready, but they was looking at me like, "Why the fuck you even here?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm 500 feet tall. Like my hands is dumb big. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed the portal and I break it like this, and it said, clank, 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 and it just sounded like electricity and glass at the same time breaking. When I grabbed, I just snapped it like pow and closed the whole portal. And after I closed the portal, they were looking at me, and then automatically I shrunk back down to the crate, and I was like, no, 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 I wasn't done yet. I want to see what's going on. And respect. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, nah, I'm not done. So I go back into meditation, you know what I'm saying? And it lets me rise back up. And this time I rise back up, I come back up from visual the height they were. Like I'm there with them, but I'm wrapped in my own armor now. But I got on skin still. I got skin. I'm just strong as shit, diesel. Like I'm clean, I'm pure, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready. You know what I mean? I got a double bladed axe, you know what I mean? And I got my armor on and like some of the male figure ones that had like the male look, they looked at me like, fuck out of here, man. You ain't supposed to be here. Like they like you here, but they ain't want me here. You know what I'm saying? Like two of the females, like it was four dudes, three females. Four dudes and three females. And two of the females, the dudes ain't give me no, they ain't give me no love. You know what I'm saying? They just like, whatever, let's go. The females, two of them was trying to be like that, but like, they were more, but then they got in line. And then the one female looked at me with this form of endearment. But anyway, we lined up. We wore it. We wore whatever was running this way. It was like on the cloud. It was like hordes of them running this way. So we wore it with it. We banging. And that shit was real fast. It was like in the mind, like 5 minutes. We cleaned up everything. The fight wasn't even important. It wasn't even the particular part that even meant anything. You know what I'm saying? Like what meant more of the situation was the fact of even just being in that energy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I'm sitting there like all amazed. It was almost like a TV view. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's still raining around my house. My house has not got hit with not a drop of water yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there and it's like over. It's coming to an end at this point. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody walks off. You know what I'm saying? And the girls walk off, kind of look at me and give me a like a yeah, all right, whatever. You was here. All right, cool. And then the one lady, the energy felt like it was real close energy. It felt like real passionate energy. It felt like I knew that energy, but not know the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a greater know of love, a greater. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it was greater. And I kind of coming back from that meditation is when I cried into my body. It's like I'm coming down and I can feel myself rising, sinking slow like this. I'm like being lowered down real slow. And I'm watching my spirit come back into my body. My physical is sitting in the meditation and I'm coming back down. And as my body comes back or as I come back into me, I start crying. Like I'm crying crazy. And I'm like, no, I don't want to leave these people. Like I know who they are. And it was so dope. It was so deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the main parts about that meditation that always stuck out to me was the fact that they were crystalline beings. Like they had dominated skin. Like there's no other way for me to explain it. Like they were crystallized. You know what I'm saying? Like they were out of the flesh into something new naturally. And these were melanin beings. You know what I'm saying? So that's an experience that I had, something I went through and I actually seen it. You know what I'm saying? And this is a meditation that was so heightened, I cannot separate it from physical action because I literally saw my astral plane. It was like meant for me to see it come out of myself that way and my body stay in this motion. And I stayed this way, you know what I'm saying, with no visual retrospect to what was going around here. At this level of vibration, literally just going up here and whatever that was supposed to be, and I experienced. So, not saying meditation to take you there, that was something I guess I was supposed to see, particularly for me. You know, everybody's truth is not the same. You know what I'm saying? There's only one reality, and that's the reality of the cosmos. But your truth and perception is only your visualization for your recorders, which are your eyes, and then your mind sees. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I was supposed to get from that, I got from it. But I wanted to share that because I told people, you know what I'm saying, I was holding back one. And that's very powerful because like every time I go into it, I can remember that emotional part. And like normally when I explain it, I would break down in tears when I explained the part about me coming back and leaving that because it was like it felt like at first my dumb ass being physical, I'm thinking, yo, shorty like me or something. You know what I'm saying? But it was more of a motherly, you know what I'm saying, unconditional love feeling like. And yeah, it was just powerful. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to share that with y'all, let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Other things are out there, but you have to access them within yourself. They're within you. So wherever we come from, everything is still there. You know what I'm saying? So wake up, wake up, wake up. Prospect, unconditional love, marry upon self. Salute to all the ones rising and teaching out here upon them. Love, 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 unconditional love, unconditional love, unconditional love. Prospect. I'm out. Hope y'all enjoyed too. Oh yeah, man. You already know the description. Did I even put it in there? I probably didn't put it in there, but I put it in there. If you like my stories and all that, drop your boy some love already. Peace.